Hey, what's up, guys? I am having trouble with my PC. This is time number 9 for recording this, so I know you don't care. So let's just jump into the tutorial and we will go over this. For me, this is my 9th time, so this is actually going to be pretty fun to do it yet again. I guess I'm instilling my learning skills. So, all right, file, new. We're going to start a new document and we're going to call it Corvette manipulation. Those settings are okay. We're going to click OK there. And we're going to bring this original. Oh, I forgot to show you. We're going to make an image like this one. Close anyway. Drag this over to the new one. Hold Shift as a trick to bring it from the center. Let's crop it with C. Drop it to the edge on this pick inner. Zoom in just a little bit so we can see what's going on. And we're going to delete this background layer. Now we get to bring in a sky. I've got this one. Hit enter to place it, and we're going to use shift to come up just a little bit and maybe take these mountains and line it up with the back. Add a new layer mask, bring up your brush tool, and we're going to put the opacity 100%, a really soft brush, and we're going to blend this background here. Let's go ahead and change the blend mode to overlay. No, I don't like that one. Let's do hard light. Okay, now let's blend this together. A little too much. Blend, blend, blend. Kind of make it look like there's mountains in the back here. Take the opacity down to about 50%, and we'll blend it even better right there on the edge. Make it look like there's something on the trees. Okay. We'll go up a little bit and grab this red. Okay. All right, now we've got that blended. This is the new sky that we're going to have. And what we're going to do next is pull up a selection tool because we need to select the Corvette out of the picture and make it look even better. I'm going to use the magnetic lasso and do a real quick selection. As you know, being experienced Photoshop users, the better your selection is, the better your result will be. So take your time with this, and I'm being a hypocrite because I'm not going to take my time in this tutorial because I want to keep it a little bit faster. Anyway, go around. We're going to close it off. And it just disappeared on me. My computer's acting great today. Okay, I guess we'll go again. It wouldn't bother me about the problems if I didn't have a computer with 32 gigs of RAM. Photoshop just doesn't really play nicely all the time. There we go. Okay. What we also need to do is get that area right here in the window. So hold your Alt key and that will remove that from the selections. Go around the mirror. Good enough. Go up, around, around, around. And there we go. Or not. Okay. How about we do third time's a charm? No, it's not even working. Maybe it's because I've done it so much I didn't realize I wasn't on the magnetic lasso tool. All right. Go around. Get in the wheel well. Get the tire. Keep going along. And that just looks awesome. All right. Let's use our quick mask by using Q. We're going to go to our brush tool, make it a little bit smaller, and we can get some of these spots here. If you use your X to switch these, you can actually see it's taking it away if it's white, if it's black. you'll actually, well, you're taking it away here. If you're on white, you're adding the car in. Let's go out a little bit. Let's see where else needs some touch-ups. All right. Looking better. Looking better. Let's get that. Actually, we'll take this out. Need to switch it. Okay, come around the tire. Get a little bit more here. Add the car. And take it away again. Okay. Let's see how that looks. We still need to get this out of here. I'm going to make this a stiffer brush. Take that out. Make it smaller. Just to get these areas. All right, I think that's gonna about do it. And we're back. Okay, let's take our quick mask off. We're going to save this selection just in case anything happens. We're going to call it Corvette. And we're going to save the document because my computer's not acting right. And the document is currently open. How about we save it as something else? We'll just overwrite the original. Boom. Okay. Next on our list, what we're going to do, it looks like we need to shift our image a little bit. How about the sky? Okay, good enough. Now, we're going to jump in and take that selection that we just made, and we're going to create a solid. That's not the right one. Load selection, Corvette. Okay. We're going to create a solid layer with that color, black. And let's create a new gradient, and you're going to learn in just a minute while we're doing this. Use a black and white one. Let's take this down. Let's bring the black up just a little bit. And click OK. Drop that gradient below here where the black car is on top. Shift click, create a group. We're going to call these blur layers. Now head over into your channels, and we're going to take this, either of these images, and we're going to copy it by dragging it down, and we're going to name this depth map. Enable your RGB, turn that off, go back to your layers. Now we're going to disable this, and we want to make any more adjustments to the picture before we add the blurred effect. So the next thing I wanted to do was add some saturation up a little bit, take some reds and take that up a little bit so you can see the difference there, just minor, but looks a lot better. And we're going to duplicate this layer so we don't mess up the original. Turn that off. Now I want to create a sun in this background. I want to kind of make this a little bit bigger and kind of give a ray of light here. So create a new layer. We're going to call this sun. I'm going to save our document in case it decides to act up. And we're going to use B for our brush tool and make it bigger. About that size. Now open your color picker and pick that color right there. I had one that was really close to it. And 100% opacity, softer brush, and just put a little splotch there. Actually, let's make it a little bit bigger than that. Let's do about right there. Okay, duplicate that layer, Control J, Control T to free transform, and we're going to make it a little, use Alt Shift to drag it from the center. We want to make it big enough to where it kind of looks like it's going on the car, but it doesn't saturate it too much. Enter, and then let's put those in a group and call it the sun. Put a soft light adjustment layer on there. Let's try, hard light is a little too much, but we can take the opacity down. We just want it to kind of look like it's shining. See how it's creating that path there. Okay, bring that down a little bit, and we're going to take all 4 of these layers and merge them together. Control E to do that, and that'll put them all together. So if you take them off, it's all one layer. Now the final touch, what we're going to do is go up to Filter. Make sure you've duplicated your layer. Go to Blur and Lens Blur. And notice this. Don't worry about this. It's just doing that because of the layer I didn't have it cropped. But you want to make sure that the source is depth map. So if you go to none, see how it's all blurred there? Well, the depth map is what we use to create the difference between this blur and the car being in focus. So we're going to do that, and let's take the focal distance. If we click on the car, it gets blurry. If we click in the background, it switches. It's kind of like a camera if you were changing the settings. So we want to make sure that the car is in focus, and we're going to take up the blur focus just a little bit, about 14. Take the radius, just take it down. We don't want it too high. Okay, that's still clear. Let's click OK. And that's it. So this is the adjusted image. If we take it off, you can see that's the original. So a big difference on the color. Let's fit the screen here. You can see that we've got the blurred background and the car is in focus. We've got a little bit of the sunlight on here, and it just is a huge difference, almost like an HDR effect. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to now upload it and hope that everything worked. So you guys take care.